Well, hello there. Happy Thursday morning to you. I am Connie Fuchs, and this is Coffee with Connie. I know we're coming to you a little bit early this morning, but I'm at a conference and I'm trying to get a lot of good new information for you guys. It's a little bit of information about closings, it's a little bit about real estate, but it's a whole lot about technology and new ways that we can reach out to you and get you some information. So I am super pumped up this morning to learn all this new information that we're going to get. So I had to get to you a little bit early so that I could share my message this morning, so hopefully that you're able to get the information. Good morning, Rob. How are you today? Hey, Brenda, how the heck are you? Thanks for tuning in, guys. First, let me say, if you are tuning in live, please check in. Let me know you're on. Just say hey. You don't have to ask any questions. You don't have to do anything. Just let me know you're on. And if you find our message is something that you find valuable, please share it. All you have to do is go down to the bottom of the video, click on the left where the share button is, and share it with people that you know, because we are trying to get information out there. One of the things that I'm absolutely passionate about is making sure that you understand what you got going on when you're purchasing a piece of property or you're purchasing your dream home. We know how complicated and how overwhelming it could be, and it is my passion to get you information. So if you would please share, I would really, really appreciate it. And if you're tuning in at the on the recorded video, again, I really appreciate you checking in. I do know when you check in, I appreciate you taking your valuable time to listen to me this morning and every Tuesday and Thursday that we talk, because I love talking to you and getting information out there. So please share if you find it valuable. Please do check in and let me know that you thought it was valuable, and also let me know if you have any questions. I really appreciate it. So good morning, Karen Renner. How are you today? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So like I said, I know I'm a little bit early, but I'm at this really cool conference that I got to get going and go get a lot of good information. But I wanted to talk to you this morning for just a few minutes. We've been talking about title insurance and title companies and what is all of this stuff. And so I'm going to backtrack a little bit this morning because I want to talk about what exactly is a title company? What does that mean? Why do I care? What part do they play in me buying a home? And what difference does it make that I even need to know about that, or I get to choose? So a title company is the company that we have a lot of jobs that we take care of, but three very specific things to make it very simple for you. First of all, we check the once you do your contract and the purchase is actually in play, we actually search the records in the local jurisdiction courthouse to make sure that everything's okay with that ownership of that property. Why does that matter? Well, gosh, you want to make sure that the home you're purchasing, that the owners that have transferred it in the past actually were really the right owners, and that everybody got included, everybody transferred their interest, and everybody's interest was attended to. So, you know, you'd think, wow, gosh, you know, it's gone through these other transfers and surely things would have been taken care of. Well, one would hope, but a lot of things can happen, and things can be missed. And so there may be an interest. So every time someone new purchases a piece of property, these kind of things happen. A title search happens. And those things are to make sure that the ownership is properly been adjusted and taken care of. And also to make sure that anything that may affect the ownership of that property that you can find out about. So if there's somebody has a right to travel on that piece of property, if there is a graveyard somewhere on that piece of property and somebody has a right to, if there is an ownership interest that maybe wasn't transferred, if there was a mortgage or a lien or a judgment that hasn't been addressed. So these are all things that need to be talked about. You know, we've been talking about a little bit about solar panels, and that's a talk for another day, but you know, it's something that could come up that needs to be discussed. So when we first get your contract, a title company, what they do is they actually search those records to make sure that that property you're purchasing is going to be yours and you're not going to have any problems with it or any concerns or anything you need to address other than decorating it and making it beautiful and making it your own. So that's number one. Number two, we coordinate all of the people, all the paperwork, and get everything together so when you sit down at that table to sign all of the paperwork and make it your own, that everything is all coordinated in together. So everybody comes together, all the money comes together, all of the paperwork comes together, and all of the pieces are in the right place at the right time. As we know, especially people have gone through this process, there's a lot of people and a lot of steps involved in that. And our job is to coordinate all of that stuff. So we search the title and make sure that that's all clear. And we coordinate all of the pieces and make sure that they come in properly and all together at the same time. And then we make sure all of it goes out all at the same time. So we are sort of the juggler to make sure that everything's put together for you and make it pretty and all taken care of. And then once you walk away from the closing table, we get everything back to where it belongs, send all the money out to the proper places that are due, make sure all the documents get to the right place, and we protect your home ownership with title insurance. Now, the word title in real estate does not mean the same thing as it does in a vehicle. In a vehicle, the title that you get is the document that you get that shows that you have ownership. In real estate, the document that you get that shows that you have ownership is called a deed. The title is actually the chain of ownership through the life of that piece of property. And so we search that title, we make sure that that title is clear for you, we prepare all the paperwork that needs to be prepared to make sure that that title is transferred to you properly, and then we protect that title after you walk away from that closing table with title insurance. So a title company is really important to the process. You take a lot of time finding the proper home to make sure that you spend all this money, save all this time and all this money saving to buy that dream home that you're absolutely in love with. So it takes time to find that home. You spend a lot of time finding the right mortgage for you so you can borrow the money to buy that dream home. And the mortgage person you work with is somebody that you take the time to find because you're going to share all of your finances, all your personal information with. So you want to make sure you're dealing with the right person. And the third piece of the puzzle is you want to make sure that you find the right title company that is going to protect your home ownership and pull everything together for you seamlessly and easy so you understand it and everything goes smoothly and you have a great time, because buying a house should be exciting. So that gives you a little bit of information. The people that actually sit at the closing table with you are closers, are licensed in the state that they do, in any state, not just our closers, but closers that sit at the closing table with you have to be licensed in the state where they do closings in order to be able to do your home closing, in order to write the title insurance and also to sit at that closing table with you. They have to be licensed in their jurisdiction, and every jurisdiction has different rules. We are licensed in Maryland and Virginia, so we can do closings in anywhere in the state of Maryland and Virginia. But the person sitting at that table must be a licensed closer, and that's something that you need to make sure that you ask. You'd be surprised how many people there are out there that do closings that aren't necessarily licensed. So that's something else that's very, very important. So a title company is the one that pulls it together, searches the title and makes sure everything's cleared up in the title, and then protects your home ownership by giving you title insurance after closing. So I know this was a little short and sweet. I told you I'm at a conference and I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you guys this morning. I really appreciate all of your time, and I wanted to just get you a little bit of information, as I always try to do on Thursday. I know I'm a little early and it's a little quick, but I wanted to get to you so I could give you some information this morning. So hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. I know here in Maryland it's a little bit chilly today. Good morning, Earlies. How are you today? Thanks so much for tuning in. It's good to see you, and I really appreciate you checking in as well. So I know it's a little chilly here. I think we're finally getting into the November weather, but thank you guys so much for your time this morning. Remember that you have the right to choose who does your home closing, and it's really important that you do make that choice. And super exciting news, and I think some of you already know, but remember that we have a webinar, an interactive webinar coming up next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. because I know that your time is very valuable, and hopefully at 7 p.m. you are able to get home from work, get dinner settled, and get your kids taken care of as far as homework or baths or whatever needs to be taken care of. So please tune into that. We are the registration is on our website, www.footetitle.group.com. It's on all of our social media, and it has also been being mailed out. So all you have to do is click the link, register as soon as you can, because space is filling up, and I want to make sure that you all get in there next Tuesday night. It's the 5 most important things you need to know for your home closing. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. Good morning, Bob. Thank you very much for tuning in and for your feedback. Thank you, Karen, for sharing my video. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. You just don't understand how important that is, because there's a lot of people out there that I can't reach, and I need your help. So thanks so much for doing that. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Connie Foote with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. Have an awesome Thursday, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.